a seat right here. Hello, Isabella. My name is Tobi Garrison. I'm the counselor here, working here, and I would like to know, like, what you come in here for. Like, I did a little research, but I just wanted to know how you're doing.
I'm doing pretty okay besides my parents not treating me like an adult.
I understand that. And as you know, rules of confidentiality, so everything you say in here will stay in here, so you don't have to worry about, I know, as you say, you're having trouble with your parents. And so, where does that stem from? How is your relationship with your parents? How has it been going on?
Well, I turned 16 a few months ago, and I got a job. And even though I have a job now and I'm 16, they still try to treat me like a baby, and they don't want me to go out with my friends. And if I go somewhere, like for instance, I went, after work, I went with my friends to the lake, and then they came and they got mad at me, and I kind of threw a fit on them, but they were trying to tell me I needed to go home. But I mean, I'm pretty much grown up because I have a job now, and I'm 16 years old, and I'm not a baby anymore.
Okay. Now that job, do you enjoy that job? Like, everything's good at that job?
Yeah, I kind of like it there because I'm not around my parents, and I like my coworkers, and
So you say you've been having trouble with your parents, and I can see that, you know, they're telling you what to do, and you respond a little differently to that. And so, when have you been hanging out with your parents, like when you get off of work, or when, you know, after school or something?
Not really, because after school I usually only have like an hour in between going to work because I work at like 5 most days, and I get out of school at like 3:30, so I don't really even see them. And I don't know, we don't really talk. I just, when I am there, I just usually stay in my room because I don't want to talk to them.
And so you've been staying in your room, like once you get off work, you know, kind of like you would say, isolating yourself from them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because like anytime I try to do anything, they just try to argue with me, and I just would rather just stay in my room.
Now those arguments, are they, like, would you say bad? Like, do they get pretty, you know, up there in terms of level of madness?
I think they act like I am blowing it out of proportion, but they provoke me a lot. So
I can understand that. You know, you just turned 16, you're working a job, you know, you're out there in the real world, and, you know, you're making your own money, making your own decisions, and while doing that with school, that must be stressful.
Yeah, and that's what I think, like, they don't see, like, I'm at school all day, and then I work all day, and then I just want to go have fun with my friends for a few hours, and they get mad at me over it, and act like I'm being rebellious.
You say you have friends at work. Do you have friends at school too?
More so at work. I don't really talk to people at school much either.
Well, it's nice to have friends at work, you know, make you feel more comfortable. You know, it's a new job, and so that's awesome that you have friends. Do your parents work?
Yeah.
So that time, so there's very little time. Because I was thinking, I know this might be hard. I know this could start a little bit slower, but if you could, you know, hang out a little bit more with your parents, you know, try to reconnect, because I'm pretty sure they're not mad at you. They love you very much. And so, you say you like going to the lake. I bet they would love to go to the lake, but I would say start out slow, and then like see if you can build that, or you can make them come to you, which I don't think is a bad idea. So
I wouldn't have like a problem with doing stuff with them if they did not like freak out on every little move I made if I try to do anything by myself.
Yeah, I would like to talk to them. So I was thinking, if next time we meet, you could have your parents come in here, and we could talk about setting, not like a counseling session just with you and your parents, more of like, hey, we go out and like do stuff. You know, I think there's a lot of, I like to say team building, but this is more of a family building exercise that I like to do. So if you would like to do that, you could always just let me know. It doesn't have to be next week or anytime we meet, just anytime you're ready. So I would love to do that. Is there anything else going on, you know?
Well, I guess like part of the reason I've been so stressed out is because like at school I don't really have anyone to talk to, and I'm kind of struggling in school, and that's another thing my parents like freak out on me over. But it's just, I don't know, I don't like being at school, and I would rather go to a different one, but they don't want me to. So
I can understand that, you know, not being like lonely at school, you know, you just go in there, it feels kind of empty. You just go there and do your daily thing, you sit there for 6 hours, and it just, I can understand that, and not having friends makes it worse.
yeah,
But like I said, you've been enjoying work, you have friends at work,
yeah,
so if you switch schools, you might have to switch jobs, so
yeah.
if you wanted to stay there. So like I said, it's always good to hang out with your friends and stuff, but make sure it doesn't conflict with like legal stuff in terms of curfew, from what I've heard, because we don't want you to get in trouble and never go to juvenile detention center. It's not where we want you. We want you here in the state. So is there any hobbies that you like doing?
I like to paint.
You like painting?
Yeah.
Is that something that you do that makes you feel in your comfort zone or something?
Yeah, painting and listening to music. I just don't get to do it as much as I used to because I have like school day and then work, like in the evenings.
So all that school and work time kind of cuts out of something that you like to do in your comfort zone and stuff. So they just my seat. So how do I say this? At school, do they have a art class?
Maybe. I don't have an art class currently, but I'm sure they have it as an elective probably.
You're 16, so you're in sophomore year? So if there's anything, I could talk to the counselor there, see if we can get you into an art class, maybe next semester or next year. Something that you can feel more comfortable that you're at school, so you don't have to stress that much when you go to work. I know this is probably the hardest part, but if there's any way you could maybe make some friends, like I'm gonna say at least one friend, I think that's a good starting point. You know, get you in the groove of things, at least at school, to make school a more comfortable place anytime you go into it. Because I know how hard it can be. I was once in school, high school and stuff. But like I said, I'm also glad you have friends at work that make you comfortable in that new environment and stuff. And like I said, like anytime, like when you're ready, we could always have your parents come here and we could do some exercise and stuff. Try to get that spark going again. I feel like you're misunderstood right now because you're in your teenage years and stuff, and you're going through a lot of stuff. You know, you're going through school and you're going through a job right now. And I know how stressful it can be when you have like parents coming at you after you, you know, trying to tell you what to do. But
it's because I don't know. I try to talk to my parents about how I feel and stuff, and it's just like they don't understand how, like they don't understand my perspective, and they kind of don't like listen to me as good as, and that's like, you know, because I do get like, because I do curse at them and I shouldn't, but I do sometimes because I get so frustrated because they won't listen to me, my perspective. They just say, well, we're the parents and we know better, but they won't even like listen to me and take into consideration how I feel about certain things. But
so I'm thinking, if you ever get in that situation where you're talking to them and you guys are in like kind of an arguing situation, you know, I'd be honest, like tell them how you feel. Tell them like, hey, you know, I go to school 8 hours a day. I don't know how long school is, and it just after that I go straight to work and I work all through the night, and then I got to do it over and over again, and I just been really stressed. You know, like I said, you're 16, you're young, and you're doing a lot of stuff, like a lot of fast stuff at the same time. And so if there's any situation or any time, you know, you always go back to your home and be like, hey, this is how I feel. It's good to, let's say, open up about how you feel so they can understand you more.
I don't know. I just need to learn how to talk to them better, I guess. I just wish they would like listen to me. I just don't know how to like tell them that they need to like listen to like how I feel instead of assuming, you know, because like I know they were teenagers once, but they weren't me, you know.
That is true. All right, I think that's the time for this class, and